Sanrio Company Limited versus Lim. GR number 168662, February 19, 2008. This is for criminal procedure, specifically criminal actions how instituted. Subtopic: Interruption of the running of prescriptive period. What is the effect of the institution of the criminal action? The institution of the criminal action shall interrupt the running of the period of prescription of the offense charged unless otherwise provided in special laws. What is the rule on prescription in case of institution of a criminal action based on special penal laws? Prescriptive period for special laws is interrupted by the institution of proceedings for preliminary investigation. Facts. This case was about the interruption of the prescriptive period for violation of a special law by filing a complaint for purposes of preliminary investigation. This was an original case for violation of 217 in relation to sections 177 and 178 of the Intellectual Property Code, filed by petitioner Sanrio Company Limited against respondent Edgar C. Lim, doing business as Origna Mura Trading. On May 30, 2000, the NBI searched the premises of respondent Origna Mura, and as a result thereof, they were able to seize various Sanrio products. Upon confirming that the respondent was selling imitations of petitioner's products, the latter filed a complaint at the DOJ Task Force on Anti-Intellectual Property Piracy or TAP on April 4, 2002. The respondent's main defense was that he obtained his merchandise from authorized manufacturers of petitioner's products. The DOJ ruled in favor of the respondent and dismissed the complaint due to insufficiency of evidence. The motion for reconsideration was likewise denied. On appeal before the Office of the Chief State Prosecutor of the DOJ, the petition was again dismissed for lack of reversible error, and it affirmed the DOJ's TAP resolution. On further appeal at the Court of Appeals, which was filed on May 3, 2005, the petition was dismissed on the ground of prescription and held that because no complaint was filed in court within 2 years after the commission of the alleged violation, which was on May 30, 2000, the offense had already prescribed. On appeal before the Supreme Court, the petitioner argued, among others, that the Court of Appeals erred in concluding that the alleged violations of the Intellectual Property Code has prescribed because recent jurisprudence holds that the pendency of a preliminary investigation suspends the running of the prescriptive period. Issue: whether the Court of Appeals erred in concluding that the alleged violations of the Intellectual Property Code had prescribed because no complaint was filed in court within 2 years after the commission of such alleged violations. Ruling: Yes, the Supreme Court said that the Court of Appeals erred in concluding that the alleged violations of the Intellectual Property Code had prescribed because no complaint was filed in court within 2 years after the commission of such alleged violations. The Supreme Court held that the filing of the complaint in the DOJ told the prescriptive period. Section 2 of Act number 3326 provides that the prescriptive period for violation of special laws starts on the day such offense was committed and is interrupted by the institution of proceedings against respondent. Under the existing jurisprudence, the filing of the complaint for purposes of preliminary investigation interrupts the period of prescription of criminal responsibility. In this case, the petitioner filed its complaint affidavit on April 4, 2002, or 1 year, 10 months, and 4 days after the NBI searched respondents' premises and seized Sanrio merchandise therefrom on May 30, 2000. Although no information was immediately filed in court, respondents' alleged violation had not yet prescribed. Thus, the prescriptive period for the prosecution of the alleged violation of the IPC was stalled by petitioner's timely filing of the complaint affidavit before the TAP. Therefore, the Court of Appeals erred in concluding that the alleged violations of the Intellectual Property Code had prescribed because no complaint was filed in court within 2 years after the commission of such alleged violations. On the merits of the case, the Supreme Court affirmed the Court of Appeals decision and denied the petition.